this thing and see what it'll do.
Ready to rock this, bro?
Oh, hell yeah. Alrighty guys, now I know this is a Chevy and I am known for being a Mopar guy. I've never been a Mopar only car guy though. I've liked a couple of Fords and a couple of Chevys, so I'm not a Mopar no car guy. But this car here actually is pretty special to me. I grew up with this car. This car right here is the same car. I don't know if you can see that. But yep, that little dork right there, that is me. All pigeon-toed, looking goofy, you know, with the, what do you call it, Q-tip head. So that is this car. That is 1991, I believe. And at that time, I was 6 years old. So, yes, the car has gotten pretty decapitated. It's pretty rough. So, it's been sitting in the desert at my place in Arizona now for about, I want to say 5 years. And before that, it was sitting up in my buddy's place in Mount Charleston. And then before that, it was sitting in California for several years. And then before that, it sat at my parents' old place, actually, which is just down the street from me, for like 20 years. So this car has bounced around. So I'm not going to restore it right now, but what I want to do is I want to get it running and driving, because this is going to be a special car for a family member. I would love to drive this car, but I have too much crap. So I think it's best for this car to be used. A certain family member wants this car. They don't know they're going to get this car, but I know they want it because they also grew up with it too. And that's my sister. It's just me and her. She don't have no classic cars. I've got several. I've got an array of muscle cars, trucks, whatever. And this car sitting in the desert for any longer, I think is pretty selfish. So what I'm gonna do, hey Bolt. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to get this car running and driving. We're gonna go through the electrical, the brakes, the drivetrain, a couple little upgrades like an overdrive transmission. So I'm just gonna do a few things so that way this car can be a good running, driving car for my sister. Let's go ahead and check it out. I literally have not touched this car in 15 years. All I've had to do was just haul it around. Years ago, I didn't have the money or the time or anywhere to put it. So I'm just now being able to finally kind of do something with it. So let's check it out. Follow me over here, Derek. So this right here actually is a 1967 Chevelle, and it is a 283 Power Glide bench seat, column shift, automatic, power steering, manual brake, drum car. This, yeah, just factory drums, and it's just drum brakes front and back. It just has a 10-bolt rear end. But go ahead and check out this interior. For a Survivor car, this thing is pretty clean. Like, this car has sat in the desert for 7 years and sat out in the desert of California for another 10, and it sat in Nevada for another 20. So I mean, this car here, for being a desert high temperature car, is pretty clean. Go ahead and check out that dash there, Derek. Let's go ahead and pan towards the gauge cluster. Isn't that pretty clean? So it's not going to need a ton of work on the interior. And the reason I'm not going to restore this car all the way is I want my sister to put some time and money into this car too, so she can make it feel like it's, you know, her project as well. I don't just want to hand her over something. So I wanted to make it seem like it's a project for her too. So, I mean, this car is actually really rust free. And the only damage this thing has is this bumper right here, which I had this stashed in my uncle's wrecking yard, and I don't know what happened, but something got hooked here and it just ruined this rear bumper. So that's really the only thing wrong with this car right now. So we're just gonna, like I said, we're just gonna go through mechanically. I don't want to fully restore this car. I want her to put some time and money and hard-earned work into this thing, so that way she really appreciates it. But it does need a bunch of mechanical work, and I'm going to go through everything that it needs. So come on and follow me. Actually, I haven't even popped a hood on this car in probably 10 years. So let's see what's under this thing. Being as where it was, it's probably full of rat shit. Hey guys. You guys want some sprinkles? Because there's a shit ton. Okay. I was going to pressure wash this car here, but I'm having second thoughts about that. There is just that first impression. There is rat shit everywhere. We got rat nests. We got rat nests and rat shit on top of the battery. I mean, everywhere there's poop and rat nest. So I think we're gonna take this down to the quarter car wash and pressure wash this thing there and vacuum it out there so it doesn't make a mess here. But yeah, I just want to get you guys caught up on what this car is, what it meant, and I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what we're going to do. Just get it fixed up, running and driving, and make it to where it's a good, ratty daily driver. So that way my sister can upgrade it how she wants, but she can never get rid of it. This is our car. So anyways, I will fill you guys in, and you will get to see this thing. We're going to take it to the pressure washer and get this nasty pig cleaned out. Alright, so this isn't my first time dealing with a rat shit infested car, so I have came prepared. I got the full face shield, so I'm definitely going to use this sucker on this thing, because I don't want any rat feces blowing back in my face. So let's let the degreasing commence. We got the gunk heavy duty greaser. Go ahead and start douching this thing. Oh, it's getting restored already. Look at that. Oh, we just got all the rat shit all wet, you know. This car has sat for so long in the desert, everything is just caked in dirt. But actually, doesn't that make the car more appealing because it's like a barn find now? Or like a desert find? Everybody always likes to call everything a barn find, so I guess technically you can call this a barn find. So, I'm going to go ahead and finish. Actually, you know what? This is going to take some double ammunition here. Double team this thing. Oh, we got more rat feces in there. I want to completely clean this thing. I don't know why I bother even spraying this battery. All these cables and everything are just junk. Go ahead and pull this battery out of here. Glove on. Now that all the rat crap is wet. Oh wait, we got another one. There. Now we clean in there better. Oh, there's another nest. More of them. Alright. I've learned my lesson on the Dookie Charger. Yeah. Look at it all flying. I might have to take my weekly shower on this one. Alright. I've gone over the thing like 3 times now. I think we're good. How's it looking? What do you think, Derek?
It looks good, man.
Oh yeah. Almost looks restored. Everything looks so good when it's shiny, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Alright. Well, now we can get this turd home and get some wheels on it that hold air. Actually, I've got some really cool. Let me turn this off quick. Alright. So, I've got some really cool GM rally wheels with Coker red stripe tires, which will look really good on this car. I originally got them for a Camaro I was restoring, but I saved them because I want to put them on this thing. I kind of wish they were white wall tires, but they're not. But red stripes will look just as good. It's like a performance-y tire instead of the white wall grandpa. So, now that it's all cleaned up, tomorrow we can get this thing in the backyard and start the disassembling. Drivetrain's gonna come out, suspension's coming off, gas tank's coming out, so we can completely go through all the suspension, brakes, and drivetrain just to make sure it will be 100% mechanically sound when I hand it over. Yeah. Off with these old dinosaur tires. Those things are desert roached. And on with the new Coker red stripe tires. These are F70 14s. So, at least this way we can roll the car around on these guys. I got F70s for the front, and I got G70s for the rear. I have a little bit more meats in the back, even though this little 283 ain't no powerhouse. At least it has the right look to it. I got the correct trim rings and the center caps for these wheels too. These are all restored. Zappity zap. All right, go ahead and put my G70s in the back, and then we're rolling. Literally. All right, so we got her all pushed into the backyard, and I was just having a debate with myself, with Derek. So I was wanting to put a 4-barrel intake on it, just put a little like 650 Holly on it, put a little tiny cam in it, and then I'll put a 4L60E in it. Just some upgrades here and there. But I got to thinking, and I was like, you know, my dad was pretty proud of the car when it was all original and restored, and he would go to car shows and brag how all original it is. And so I'm kind of thinking I'm just gonna keep it stock. So we'll just pull the engine out. Like I'm pretty sure this engine runs. I saw this engine run 10 years ago, and it ran pretty good. You know, it not great. Granted, it didn't sound good because it's got like it's got like one muffler on one side, and it's open manifold on the other side, so it sounded like ass, but it was running. And you see the plug wires on the side aren't that old after we pressure washed everything, because I put those on there 10 years ago. Put the plugs in it 10 years ago, and we just basically threw some gas in it, put a battery in it, just to fire it up for shits and giggles to see if it ran. So I'm just going to go ahead and yank the engine, and we're going to go through it, pretty it up. I'll get all the brackets repainted, get everything all nice and pretty looking under there. So I'm just going to kind of restore the drivetrain, and we'll just put all new. I am going to put disc brakes on it, because I'm going to give the car to my sister, and you know, disc brakes, there's no maintenance. Drum brakes, there's maintenance. So I'm going to simplify some things and put disc brakes on it. I'm just going to leave it carbureted with the little, I think it's a Rochester 2-barrel. Because in 1967, these cars did drive all over the country as new cars do now. So there's nothing wrong with this car, all original. Granted, it'll be kind of poopy, but if we just keep it kind of classy, then maybe people won't think it's like an SS or a sports car or race car. So just keep it classy and slow. So I'm gonna go ahead and make a list on this thing, because there's a lot that needs to be done. There's a lot that needs to be replaced. Like, I'm just looking at this right here. So I'm assuming the heater core is bad, because my dad had put a piece of PVC pipe there and connected the two. And I know you guys are going to wonder, how did a car, you saw the picture, the photo, I'll post another shot of that. But you saw the picture of this car restored, all beautiful and pretty at a car show in Texas. And people always wonder, well, how does a car that was that loved, you know, declapitate into this? Well, I'll tell you. Hard times with, you know, drugs, divorce, you know, it just kind of runs you into the dirt, and then you kind of went through some like tweaker stage. So there's some things that are Mickey Mouse and jerry rigged, like obviously this, and you know, painting the HEI yellow. I mean, why the hell would you do that? So, and then like the dome light. So, oh, it's locked. Let me go to the other side. I'll show you. So instead of just you know, fixing the dome light, you just like solder in a bulb and a switch. So just a bunch of little things like that. That's kind of all over the car. Oop, get the camera on the hood. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be fixing a lot of that stuff. But he got over that. He cleaned up, and I would say the last 7-8 years of his life, he was great. He was living, he was racing, he was having a good time. He was enjoying life, and he was doing really good. Sadly, my dad got cancer about 6 years ago and passed away. But I have his car. We're gonna keep it in the family, and I'm gonna give this to my sister, so that way she'll have a really cool classic car to drive that will mean something to her. So I'm gonna go through and make a list on this thing, and see if I can't order some parts. Now, when you're just fixing a car to make it run and drive again, like kind of restoring it stock, it's a lot cheaper than building like a resto mod. But I was gonna show you this. Look, last registered in Texas of 1992. So that's pretty cool. It's kind of like finding a barn find, but I know this car's whole history. So actually, oh, here's a cool little tip, or a cool little backstory. So my dad saw this car in Texas. It was in an old man's driveway. And my dad was in the Heartbeat of America Club, which is like a Chevy classic car club. It used to have the plate on it. I'm pretty sure I have the plate somewhere. But anyways, so he wanted to get into this club with a Chevelle. And so he found this car, and you know, the old man wouldn't sell it, but my dad kept stopping by, you know, once a week, once every couple weeks, whatever, and sit down and drink a couple beers with the old man. And eventually the old man said, Kenny, I'll sell you this car. I'll sell it to you for exactly what I paid for it in 1967, which was, I mean, I'm not 100% sure, but I believe, because I've heard the story many times, but I believe the number was $2,537. I believe that's the number. So this car was $2,537 in 1967, brand new, and that's what my dad paid for it in 1990. So we're gonna get it all beautiful. Actually, I can't say beautiful because I'm just gonna leave it looking like this. I'm gonna get it running and driving again. There, that sounds better. All right. So Derek's gonna help me tear this thing apart, because while he's tearing that apart, I could be doing other stuff. So I'm gonna jump in here and there and help him tear this apart. But I'm actually pretty excited about this car. This car means something to me. It's not a race car, it's not a hot rod, it's not fast, but it's cool and classy, and I grew up with this car. So majority of my 30 years of my life I spent with this car. All right, Derek, you ready to start tearing into this thing?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Plug for the back of the transmission. There. Plus, I want to note this too. This driveline was built by my buddy that works at Dan's Driveline. This thing was built probably like 27, 28 years ago. Actually, about 30 years ago, this driveline was built. So it's kind of cool to still see that sticker on there. Alright. Look how dinky that yoke is, dude. Isn't it tiny?
Yeah.
There we go. Plug. Alright, so as I'm tearing apart this car, things are coming back to me. I don't have good memory, but things will like trigger it, you know? So I remember as we moved to Vegas in like 1992, that the car would overheat or it would get warm because this car came from Texas, which didn't get 115 degrees like Vegas. So my dad put a 4-core brass radiator in this thing. I don't even know where he got it, or maybe he had it made. I don't remember, but I know that's a 4-core radiator, and it comes back to life, which this is now ready to come out. Holy crap, that's heavy. Wow, it doesn't really look that bad in here. It's almost dingle balling time. Time to yank the engine and transmission out of Chevelle. Go ahead and pump her up, Derek. Look at the car getting lighter already. Look at this coming out on its own. It wants out. Let's turn this way a little bit. All right. Keep going. You're good. Hold on, hold on. Where's all that fluid coming from?
It's water.
Oh, yeah, we didn't drain the block. Oh well, keep going. You're good. Couldn't have got it before we got everything disconnected the first time. Yeah, I guess we did. Everything has been disconnected the first time.
The speedometer cables don't connect it.
Oh, damn it, he had to ruin it. Alright, can you reach that? Can you reach that before you put more strain on it?
On what?
What you just mentioned.
Oh, yeah.
Here, I'll get it, Stumpy. Here, hold that. There we go. The little baby 283 and the Power Glide is out. Ugh. Now I can pressure wash this whole engine bay, make it all pretty and shiny, and start tearing down the old small block. And figuring out if I really want to keep the Power Glide, or I got a buddy that's going to give me a 4L60E. So that's what I'm debating right now. But it's bedtime. It's shower time. What do you think? You look pretty freaking dirty too. All right, so we'll see you guys tomorrow. So we're getting ready for the boat race. We got 7 cars. A couple fell out in the race because they were racing earlier and broke. So we had to repair that one. That one's back going. Let's see. We got Bernice. I don't know where he's at, but he's in it. We got the cheater car here with Larry. Alright, well it's time to get in and go. I'm out there dicking around watching the races and I'm way behind. So I gotta hurry up and get in this thing and get ready. Oh crap, I'm not gonna be able to reach that GoPro. I got 2. Front view, rear view. I think the rear one's gonna be the best one to watch. Alright, so I gotta try and get suited up. Oh, wait, I'm already suited up. I see my helmet, my earbuds. Where are they at? There they are. Alright, and then I can go. It just died on me. me. This is why the tire blew, shredded the wiring harness. Check it out, Walt. The left front tire blew and it just ripped the whole wiring harness off. And there was only like 1 minute to go. There's boat debris everywhere. Bye-bye boat. No, bye-bye car.